Hi, welcome to my channel. So for those of you who are new here, my name is Sven and I make espressos at home. So one of the things I try to do is always pull the best shot that I can. And to do that, one of the things I need to do is limit my variables that I have when I'm making my espresso and pulling my espresso shots. So to do that, one of the things that we're going to be talking today, something that's very important, is something that really confuses many people in the beginning, and a lot of people have questions around, is what is the difference between a single wall and a double wall basket, or pressurized versus non-pressurized baskets. So today we're going to do a couple of tests to show you the difference between the two, and then I'll take you back to the espresso machine. We'll do some shots. We'll pull some good shots and we'll pull some bad shots so you can see the difference in pressure. So let's do that right now. So what is the difference between the two? Well, let's take a look. So come a little closer. So the difference between the two, the dual wall or pressurized, what you'll notice here is that when you put your coffee, there's a lot of holes here. However, in the back, there's really not many. There's only one hole. And what that does is that creates artificial pressure for the coffee to come out. And then on the single wall, what you'll find is that there's a lot of holes in the front where you put your coffee, and then the extraction, there's also many holes in the back. So what that means to you, well, let's do a quick little test. So if I take some water, for example, and pull it into the pressurized, what you'll notice is that water, I put it here, but nothing comes out. And the reason is that there's no pressure being applied behind the water, so it stays there. Versus, if I take the non-pressurized and add some water to it, here's the difference that you'll see immediately. Do you see that? Water is coming out. So what does that mean? So what it means to you is that using a pressurized basket, if you're new to this, a beginner, is going to make it a little easier for you versus using a non-pressurized basket. That's going to be a little more difficult, but generally pull a bit of a better shot. And that is because you have to control those variables a little bit closely yourself. So to do that, let me show you, let's pull some shots to show you pressurized versus non-pressurized. And then with non-pressurized, we'll pull a good shot and a bad shot, and you'll see the difference. All right, guys, so let's start with the pressurized. We're gonna do a quick test to show you what it means and really what's the difference. So come a little closer, let's see. So what I'm gonna do is actually, the test is I'm not gonna put any coffee at all, and I want you to pay close attention to the pressure here, what it shows, right? So absolutely no coffee, not doing anything here. So absolutely just an empty basket. And take a look. I'll just pull a single shot. So let's take a look. Pre-infusion here. So it's rising a little bit. And then the shot. So absolutely no coffee, but it's absolutely perfect. The pressure's there. Okay, so as we saw, really, we didn't really do anything to it, but the pressure is still there. What this means is if you're new to this, it doesn't matter what your grind size is, how much coffee you put in there, whether you've tamped it hard enough or not, it works every single time. So it should work for you as well. So now that we saw the test with the pressurized baskets, what we're going to do is do some tests on the non-pressurized. So one of the things we'll start with will be non-pressurized with just water. We'll see what that does to the level. We'll do non-pressurized with not a great shot, so with the variables not controlled so well, and then we'll end with non-pressurized but with the variables controlled, and what that does and what you'll see the difference in the coffee. So let's do that. Let's do the test with just water and non-pressurized and see what happens. So let's take a look here and pay attention, close attention to the water pressure. I don't think you'll be surprised, but take a look. So no water, just pouring out. Pressure gauge didn't change, didn't move at all. It just stayed there because there was absolutely no pressure there. So on this one, we'll pull a shot, although we're not going to do a perfect one. So we'll put it into the grinder here. All right. So you may have noticed I was shaking the basket. The reason I do that is that as the coffee's being ground and being dumped into the basket, there's a big mound that's built. If you don't do that, it will continue to grow and the coffee will fall off, and so that's why I do it. I shake it a little bit. So now, what I'll do here, like I said, I will make an imperfect shot because I'm just not going to tamp it very well. So, lightly tamp it. I know it's not good, but let's see what happens. So, when we had just water, you saw the pressure didn't change. Let's see what happens now with a bad tamp. So one of the variables I'm not controlling very well. Pay close attention to the gauge. Pre-infusion, it's moving. Then the pressure. The pressure actually is not bad, but it's not the greatest coffee out there. So take a look. Look at the crema. The crema is not too bad, but it's not perfect. We can make a better shot. All right, so let's go one, a better one. Pulling out this, let's knock out the puck. Let's take a look. All right. Again, bump it, get the coffee. Shake the basket again to distribute it a little better. Here's my coffee. Just gonna level it with my hand a little bit. I do have a palm leveler that we'll talk about in another video. And this one, I'm gonna tamp a little bit better. So I'm gonna tamp it a little harder to create that pressure that we want. So we'll see. On this one, pay close attention to the pressure. The pressure should go a little higher now. Pre-infusion, and then the shot, right on the middle. So, here's the difference. The better shot and the okay shot. I think you can notice the camera difference a little bit. Now I realize that this has been a couple minutes since I pulled that shot, but it's still overall a less desirable shot than this one with a better pressure. All right, so let's recap. Is pressurized better than non-pressurized, or which one's better for you? Well, that's all really depends on you. The reason is if you're a beginner, pressurized will probably be a little better because it'll be a little easier for you. You don't have to control the variables too much. If you're a bit more advanced, non-pressurized probably be the better way to go because there you're controlling your different variables, your grind size, your tamp, and so on. So it's really the preference lies with you. And then the other big difference is depends on what type of drink you're making. If you're making an espresso shot straight, not pressurized would probably be better because you can taste the difference just slightly. But if you're making a drink that involves a lot of milk, like a latte or cappuccino, then pressurized should work just fine. So guys, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please hit thumbs up and subscribe. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next videos.